Well, hello. Today is Sunday, July 25th, and I just remembered I didn't turn my little blocks around in my clock this morning. Oh, let me move my flowers out of the way. They're still in there. They're trying to horn in on me. Anyway, today is Sunday, July 25th, and we do have a birthday. Today is Ginny's birthday, Ginny. So, Ginny, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I wonder if it's Jenny with a G. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Want to get it right. It's also an anniversary. It's Stephen and Paula Ramey, R-A-M-E-Y. I think it's their 23rd. I put in my book that they were married in 1998. So hopefully I did that right. Because if that was the case, then it would be 23 years. Oh. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. We'll have a happy anniversary no matter how many years it is. I have my Uncle Bob's shirt on. I was going to wear it for our family Zoom call tonight. Oh, my shirt says, I'm an Irishman. Oh, the Irishman is armed with a quick wit, excellent what? Oh, exceptional. Excuse me. Let me start again. And the Irishman is armed with quick wit, exceptional vocabulary skills, loads of sarcasm, and little to no tact or filters. Caution advised. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. But anyway, we were supposed to have our Zoom call tonight, and we had storms that came through here yesterday, and they went through Canada too, and they hit where my cousin Lynn and her husband Dale and Sarah, her daughter, which are my cousins, are staying, and it washed away the road. I guess the water is like 8 feet deep, 16 feet wide. It's like bad. So they can't get out. So she had called me to tell me to let everybody know that we weren't doing it this week. So we're going to do it next week. I'm hoping I can do it next week because I'm going to be up at the lake, I'm at the cottage, and there's no internet. But by the water, it seems like you can pick up a signal. So I'm hoping that I can go by the water to do that. But the storms came through here, not by my house, not by my house at all. We had rain. We have rain every day, it seems like, but it came by Jimmy's house, and a tornado. They didn't officially say it yet. I haven't watched the news yet tonight, but last night they said it was a tornado, but they didn't have the weather, Department of Weather or whatever. What is it? The Weather Bureau to officially claim that it was. So they're waiting to see, but there was enough damage. But this house is around the block from Jimmy's house.
Down, trees down, debris all over the place. I want to show you one building that we're talking about. Just take a look right across the street. I'm gonna have my photographer Joel zoom there. You can see the roof completely gone. Now this area of town is really where the storm did the most damage. You can see bricks on the ground over there and power lines down on the ground as well. That's why we are keeping our distance, because those power lines are still down. If I can have Joel pan to the left, you can see crews already in the cleanup process starting.
I know that was on the news last night. Jimmy took to the basement, obviously, and he didn't have damage to his house. It was, well, actually that house is not right around the block. It's like going into town, but Jimmy's like right by downtown where he lives, and in Armada. You're going to see that on the news anyhow, but he's in Armada, and so he just lives blocks from downtown Armada, and that's where the brunt of it hit. And they blocked off the town, so you can't get in from the north, east, south, or west. So you have to go out different routes to get to get out of Dodge, as they say. So he came by this morning, took a back road to get here to borrow our generator. And it was funny because yesterday we were just talking about him building for his new house. He should get an all-house generator, and he said, "No, they cost more than we thought." And so then this morning he was saying, you know what, it's going into the mortgage anyhow, I might as well do it. Because he's going to live like more in a country setting, so tornadoes seem to hit more, well, they hit wherever, I understand that, but like trailer parks and flat surfaces and things like that. So he's considering getting that done. But he said that it was a bit scary. It was a bit scary. But he said the dime was still in the garage. So that's a sign. He was just, the whole time he was down there, he's thinking, oh, I hope they don't do too much damage because I want my house. They haven't signed the final papers yet. They're supposed to sign them this week. So he says, I don't want that. When I was young, my sister Mary was playing with matches and she set our house on fire. And I remember I was supposed to be watching my brothers and sisters. I was 10 at the time. And Denise was just a baby. She was probably 6 months old. She was taking a nap. But I was 10, Mike was 8, Sue was 7, Pat was 4, and Mary was 3. No, Mary was 2, Pat was 3. Yeah, that was, and Susie was 7, and Mike was 8. And I was supposed to be keeping an eye on them, but I was reading the funny papers, laying on the floor in the living room, and my mom was taking a nap, and my dad was sleeping in the sunroom. He wasn't supposed to be taking a nap, but he told me to watch the kids. And then all of a sudden, my mother was a heavy smoker. My mom smoked like 3 packs a day. My mother always had a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. And I just remember my dad had got up to go to the bathroom, and when he opened up the bathroom, I heard him saying, oh my God, the house is on fire, the house is on fire. And then I looked over my shoulder like that, and I could see these flames just like everywhere. And Denise and Mary were in the bathroom because Mary had got a hold of my mother's cigarettes and was playing with the matches that were inside the pack, and set we had a hook behind the bathroom door that we all hung our pajamas and stuff like that on it, and she had set the clothes behind the door on fire, and it had jumped over to the shower curtain, and the house was completely demolished. It was like gone, and we were supposed to move within 2 weeks because my parents had sold the house and we were moving to our new house. No, not within 2 weeks, within 2 months. And we were supposed to move within 2 months, and they had signed all the final papers and everything, and then other people had owned the house. I guess were paying rent to stay there, and the house was gone. And my mother, when we had to go in, I've told this before, but we had to go in and reach in and pull out a handful of the soot and smell it. And so I've always have a fear of fire. Even to this day, I have a fear of fire. But it worked out because with their insurance, the people that were buying it were going to do some remodeling because they didn't like certain things, but they liked the house, they liked the location, but they were going to do some remodeling. And so the insurance money paid for all the remodeling. So they got a deal at twice the price, at less than twice the price. So they did that. So like Jimmy was saying, that he didn't think, Jimmy's done so much work at his house that there really wasn't anything that needed to be updated or anything like that. So, but anyway, he didn't need to use his insurance because it worked out fine for him. But so then he left, and I had my breakfast, so let me show you my breakfast right here. Well, I'm not sure if you can hear me because Jim is shampooing the rug in the living room, so I had to come back here into my happy place in my bedroom here to eat my brunch. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. See what time it is? 12:58. But anyway, it's a heavy fruit-laden breakfast, brunch, whatever you want to call it. But I'd rather eat this than the fattening foods that I could pick from. So anyway, it's 23 smart points I get for the day. I used 7 of my weeklies yesterday, so I still have 35 weeklies. My quote is, to eat is a necessity, but to eat intelligently is an art. I know you're saying, Sandy, you're not really eating intelligently with all that food. I don't plan on eating again until 7. I know it's heavy on fruit, but I'm making no excuses. It's what I want to eat, and I'm going to eat it. So anyway, for 0 points, I have my egg, berries, grapefruit, my tea, and a banana. 3 points for my 8 ounces of Simply Light orange juice, 3 points for my holy guacamole, and 5 points for my 2 slices of toast. It's 11 points. I still have 12 points left for my dinner, which I'm not going to eat until, like I said, 7 o'clock. Okay, in my defense, I did not eat the grapefruit or the banana. I'm going to have that when I'm done filming here. I'm going to have that as a snack because it's been a couple hours since I ate my breakfast. And I know I'm like on the orange juice kick again. So I get like little kicks that I get onto, and now it's the orange juice. I think that it's 3 points for 8 ounces, and I love orange juice. And for so long I was depriving myself of orange juice. And And I know I could take a regular orange for 0 points, but I think you still got to count points once you take them down. I think it's once you break them down from their actual state of being, as they say, that you do have to add points. So I was going to add points no matter what, so I might as well have somebody else do it. And it's pasteurized, and it's all really, and it's really delicious. It's by Simply Light. It's Simply, I think it's just Simply is the name of the product, but it's Simply Light orange juice. It's very good. And the lemonade is delicious. And it's 1 point for 8 ounces on the lemonade and 3 points for the orange juice for 8 ounces. It's well worth the price. It really is. And the points. It really, that's just enough juice. It really is just enough juice. And then, like I said, my cousin Lynn called and told me that she was trapped in her cottage, so we can't do our Zoom call tonight. Trying to think out what we're going to have for dinner tonight. I know tomorrow, I'm going to leave the link down below. Jim can't eat hardly anything. He's eating ice cream and cottage cheese. I think he said chicken noodle soup. He had a chicken pot pie the other day, but he said the pie crust was kind of hard to digest or to chew. And but we were watching, and he was watching with me. We were watching videos yesterday. I was watching my collabs, and so he was watching with me. And then we went on to Recipes with Roy, and he made a dish, a crustless chicken pot pie that Jim says, you know, that looks like something I could eat. The only thing we're going to do different is he used ground chicken, and I think I'm going to use ground turkey instead. But it's just the basic chicken pot pie mixture, and then you put it in an 8x10 dish. You put some cheese on top, and you know, the chicken, or the, you know, like we're going to use turkey. Put that in there, and I forget exactly how you do it. I'm going to have to watch the video again. But I know you end up putting some hash browns on top, and then you bake it in the oven. So that does look really good. But I'm going to leave a link to that recipe. So go over to his channel and go on to his recipe links. Oh my gosh, he's got so many recipes that I definitely want to try. And not all of them are his. They're like, he tells you right off if it's not his that he tells you. But he's lost like 125 pounds. So it's very interesting. And Roy, I'm sure people have told you this, but like in my family, they always say it's not that you look exactly like it, but like the person, but it's somehow you resemble the person, or something about your mannerisms remind you of a person. And Jim and I both agree, which is very rare. So Roy, take pride in the fact that Jim and I agreed on something, because we always look at people and he doesn't agree with me, but we both think you resemble. You don't look like, you resemble Billy Bob Thornton. I don't know if you take that as an insult, or we take that as a compliment, because we love Billy Bob Thornton. Hopefully you don't hate Billy Bob Thornton, but we think that you look like him. Now, where we don't agree on Big Brother, I think Christian looks like a young Robin Hood. Errol Flynn, rather. Errol Flynn. I'm going to put a picture right here so you can see the comparison. Jim does not agree with me, not in the least. And I said that he doesn't look like Errol Flynn, he resembles Errol Flynn and Robin Hood. But let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or not, because I think I'm right. Of course, I think I'm right a lot. So, anyway, we're going to talk about food and eating. I pride myself on the fact that now, this month, we're not talking previous 6 months, we're talking July, that I'm doing really, really well with my food choices. And I've come to the conclusion that I have to eat healthy, because I wasn't eating healthy, and I wasn't sleeping well, and I wasn't staying on my plan, and I was gaining weight. And as much as I tried to tell myself that if I have the chocolate, it's going to be just as good as the salad, chocolate was better. It really was, but it wasn't good for my body because I gained weight. So I don't understand why healthy foods aren't your first choice. And I'm speaking for myself, because I love healthy foods. I love, love, love healthy foods. But when I want a snack, it's not my first choice. It's not my first thought. And as you see how much I love fruit, you would think that, you know what, Sandy, if you didn't eat as much fruit for your breakfast, you could snack on that during the day, which is so true. I could snack on that during the day. But I don't think of fruits and vegetables as a snack, which is wrong. It really is wrong. You should really think of them as a good snack item. Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate in the morning puts out a platter. She puts it on an ice tray, and she puts like the fruits and the vegetables, and so every time they can walk by or something, if they want to nibble on something, they just grab something. I should do that. I love, like I said, I love everything. I love celery, I love cucumber, all the things that you could put on there and just snack on it during the day. And I really do try in the morning to think I'm going to do that, but I don't. So I just wish I could be comforted more by healthy foods, because a good donut is hard for me to pass up. But I can pass up the apples and head right to that bakery section to the donuts, and that's not good. And I think a lot of times, I'm speaking for myself, but I don't eat to live, I live to eat. Like I'm thinking, what am I going to have tomorrow? That's why I should really plan a menu for the whole week, like a lot of people do. Once again, Joan plans it for the whole week. Kim over at A Girl on Her Phone, she does a menu plan too. I should really do that, but I just wake up in the morning and that's the day I decide what I'm going to have for that day. And I really think that if I followed a better philosophy of just eating to live and not living to eat, that I would do a lot better than I'm doing. I think I'm doing fairly well. Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well, my favorite friend. Because I came from Alabama. See, we went through this before. And somebody gave me the words, and I forget it. But anyway, sing along with me. Fairly well, fairly well, fairly well, do 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 do. Because I come from do 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 do. Singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. I don't know that that's right, but that's what I thought. Anyway. But a lot of times people say, well, I can't eat at night because that's making me overweight. Really, is eating at night really your biggest issue? Because if it is, then okay, correct it. But if you're hungry at night and you want something, you can eat something that's healthy. And that's, if you have like enough calories and points in the day, not enough calories or points in the day, if you eat at night, it's not going to really make a difference. There's all kinds of different studies that, like eating at night makes you gain weight because it stays on your stomach when you're laying down sleeping. And then other studies say that it doesn't really matter what time of day or night you eat it. A calorie is a calorie is a calorie. And so whatever works for you. But sometimes I think you blame on myself. And when I say this, I'm saying me. I should say me. But I think that if I eat something at night, I blame myself saying, well, that's why I'm overweight, because I'm eating at night again. Not thinking about the reason I'm eating at night is because I've either not eaten enough during the day, and so then I'm overindulging, or I've just got on that train of eating constantly through the day and it dwells into the night, and I keep eating during the night. And so I have to stop that train. I really do. And I am an emotional eater. And I know that. We got replacement for that Wemo, and I was trying to reconnect. The Wemo is the electric plug that you put in and you plug your appliances in, and then you set a timer and it goes on and off. The lights and stuff go on and off when you want it to do it. The other one we had was defective, and so I contacted the company, and the company sent me a brand new one. I can't get it to connect to my internet, and I was getting so emotional about it and getting so upset. And I just got up and walked right into the kitchen, and I have a jar of chocolate-covered pretzels, and I have a thing of chocolate-covered pecans, or pecans, whatever you want to call it. And I opened up the lid, and I thought for a minute, and I'm thinking, are you eating this because you really are craving something, or that you're really hungry, or are you eating this because you're just mad at yourself because you can't get the thing to work? And I realized that it was because I couldn't get the Wemo to work, and I was going to emotionally eat to try to solve my problems. So I put the lid back on it and walked away. And I was really proud of that moment. When I was younger, we had so many financial issues, and I always robbed Peter to pay Paul. And when I would do my monthly budget, when I got done, I rewarded myself with all kinds of fattening food. That's still ingrained in me, that I have to do that. But now, when I do my monthly budget, I have a healthy snack waiting for me. I prepare it before I start my budget. And I don't really have to worry anymore, because the only thing I have to do with my budget is just figure out what days of the month certain checks are coming in, and what bills I got to pay at that particular time of the month. That's my only worry. I mean, but in my mind, I was so emotionally eating all my life because I just couldn't have enough money to pay all my bills, because I'm terrible with money. I'll tell you that. I'm terrible with money. I'm getting better at weight loss, but you have to realize your strengths and your weaknesses. One of my strengths was I was able to rob Peter to pay Paul, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing, but it was a good thing at the time. But now it's like, I'm by no means rich, and I'm by no means, if you call me up and say, can I have $100, that I can give you $100. But I can go to the store and buy food, and I can pay a bill when it comes in. Because when I go, my kids know this. You're getting my life insurance money and the money you'll get from the sale of the house. If you think that you're going to tap into any of my savings accounts, you might be able to go to Burger King. That's going to be the extent of it. And I know people are cringing. Gina, over at Gina Pearson, I know she's just cringing at hearing that, but I live a good life. I have a happy life, and I can't take it with me. So, oh my gosh, look how long I've been talking. Another long video. I apologize. So, okay. Next time you see me, it will be dinner. Once again, I haven't figured out what I'm going to have. I'm probably going to have a salad because Jim can't eat anything anyhow, so I don't know. But, okay, talk to you guys at dinner time. Decided on a salad for dinner. It is a 17-point dinner. See, they think salads are cheap. They're not. 0 for my salad, the tea, the pineapple, and the peach. 4 points for my ounce of provolone cheese. 1 point for my 2 ounces of turkey. 3 points for a half a cup of cottage cheese. 4 points for an ounce of feta cheese. And 1 point for 2 tablespoons of the light Olive Garden dressing. And 4 points for my cookies. I want to try them and see how I like them. My iced tea. This is the dressing I'm using, and I want to try these cookies. They're 4 points for 3.5 cookies. Well, I have to tell you that those cookies were really good. They're a little crunchy and a little high in points. 4 points for 3.5 of them, but it hit the spot. It really did. I'm not really one for a store-bought cookie, but that kind of caught my eye, and I'm glad I picked it up because it satisfied my little sweet tooth that I have today. While I was sitting outside reading, a squirrel came up on my deck and came within a foot of me. I thought, oh my gosh, a squirrel. And then it saw me and realized, oh my gosh, where am I at? This is a human. And turned around and took off. Squirrels are very rare in my neighborhood, so it was really like a sighting. Okay, gonna go back outside, I think, and I'm gonna watch the news first, but then I'm gonna go back outside and I'm going to finish reading. Hopefully I finish my book tonight. I'm pretty close to the end. So we'll see. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.